Good day. Welcome to Echo Television International. The program is Business and Finance, where I am about to give you updates on what have been happening in the world of business. And we're about to start with what the IFC and the CBN are up to concerning boosting local currency financing in the country. Now, we have the International Finance Corporation been worried about the current currency issue in the country and are teaming up together with the Central Bank of Nigeria to be able to put in some regulations, to be able to put in certain things to boost certain sectors and also be able to control the value of our currency, as it is no news to us that we are having a currency, the naira, devaluing us against the dollar consistently, and we are seeing it at the parallel market. We are looking at over 1,700. Well, in as much as the change might be slower at the official market, however, we continuously see a decline in our currency value. Therefore, the IFC have stepped in together with the central bank, signing in a deal to be able to sink in about $1 billion in investment across key sectors. We're looking at energy, we're looking at small and medium enterprises, we're looking at Nigerian youth and creative industries, and then we are seeing infrastructure and agriculture. Now, the deal will be able to enable private businesses to thrive by improving access to long-term affordable local currency funding, essential for mitigating currency risks. The aim is all about the currency risks. Now, the partnership will allow IFC to manage currency risks and increase its investment in Nigeria and Nigerian naira across priority sectors of the economy. And we have mentioned those sectors, most especially agriculture. We are looking at infrastructure, we are looking at housing, we are looking at energy, and the entirety of the Nigerian economy. Now, when we talk about the currency risks and then the management, we've seen in the past week, we've also seen data coming out from the Central Bank of Nigeria, also that from the presidency, talking about how investors are not living only because of things like electricity or fuel subsidy removal, but we're also seeing the lack of balance in our currency. Most especially, we saw that many investors have dumped their stocks in our foreign exchange because of this instability in our exchange rate. So now with this risk management for our currency, if the naira is able to be consistent or rather stable and not depreciate, then perhaps we will not see investors dumping their stock. We will not see investors leaving. We will be able to see small enterprises and businesses, which the IFC is planning to target with this, so that businesses will be able to thrive across every sector. Now, we are looking at a $1 billion investment. It is for a period of time. However, if the IFC alongside the Central Bank of Nigeria is able to achieve this, then we will be able to see small businesses thriving across every sector in the country. Now, the power grid collapse has deepened our economic woe. Now, this is coming from Adesina. We're looking at the president of the Afrexim Bank, bringing out all the vital things that so far so good the collapse in our power sector have caused to businesses. This is not a matter of small businesses, but we're also looking at major manufacturers and industry. Now, alongside, we also have reports from the IMF. We also have what the NBS is saying. Now, the IMF precisely is saying that the economy lost annually as a result of a grid collapse is about $29 billion. That is a lot. And also, we're seeing that estimated billion worsening power outage. Now, this is the National Bureau of Statistics opinion or their own view concerning the power sector, precisely that estimated billion is the major problem when it comes to electricity. That is, we should stop estimated billing and then perhaps we are going to go for prepaid. What is currently obtainable, however, it is not the complete or the entirety of our population. We have over 100 million electricity consumers in this country, and then we know that while we have prepaid in the urban regions and all of that, in the rural, we are still having estimated billing. Even in the urban region, we have estimated billing when it comes to power consumption. Now, the NBS is saying that that is one of the major reasons that electricity is not stable. Now, I believe that they are coming from the angle of the funds that we will be able to get at the end of the day. Looking at the whole band A, band B thing, the tariff increase and then subsidy removal from electricity, we're saying that if we are able, that is, we're looking at the NERC or the discos in every state or region are able to make sure that we have more prepaid customers, it means more revenue will be generated eventually, as estimated billing is not generating the expected revenue. Now, this is where the National Bureau of Statistics is coming for. However, let's look at precisely where Adesina is driving when he talks about the power grid collapse deepening the economic woes. Now, decades of struggling with inadequate power supply have been a drain on the Nigerian economy, as estimated by the International Monetary Fund, which we have seen a $29 billion loss annually. Now, Adesina noted this during the lecture titled Building a Global Nigeria at the 90th birthday celebration of retired General Yakubu Gowon. This birthday celebration was recently. Now, according to the ADFB chief, the devastating impact of unreliable power supply on the Nigerian economy has led to 5.8% loss in the country's gross domestic product. Now, Nigeria is the #1 country in the world in terms of total number of people without electricity. Now, this might not be shocking, but for us to be leading as #1, well, it's a big thing to swallow down. Adesina explained that Nigeria's manufacturing industry was being crippled by the high cost and unreliability of electricity supply, pointing out that the ongoing issues with load shedding and inconsistent power availability were leading to an unfavorable manufacturing environment with high costs and reduced competitiveness. And we know in a market where there is no competition, that's already doomed, because where there is no competition, when competition ceases to exist, then we're giving birth to monopoly. And when monopoly is in place, it means that we have few market players determining prices. And where there's no competition, it means the cost of products out there, the prices of goods and services is going to be high. So a market without competition is a terrible market, not only for the people in production, but also for consumers, most especially for consumers in case like this. Now, speaking with concern about the current state of affairs, Adesina also stressed that many Nigerian manufacturing companies are forced to resort to generating their own electricity, heavily relying on costly and inefficient generators, diesel and heavy fuel oil. Yes, and this is where precisely we are seeing how much. We had a report somewhere at the beginning of the year from marketers of the billions of naira that marketers had to spend in generating their own electricity. Now, that is a report for 2023, and the report for this current year, 2024, is yet to be out. So we have no idea, so far so good, how many billions of naira marketers are spending in manufacturing and producing of goods out there. Now, we are seeing that Dangote is investing, or have invested, so far so good, over $280 million in CNG trucks and other infrastructure. Now, we don't want to look at it from the political aspect, but one thing is for sure is it in support of the current President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration, showing the president that we are in support of your CNG move. However, we know Dangote as a businessman, and so far so good, CNG buses are more affordable, and of course he will need it, seeing how the Dangote group have enlarged now to oil production, supply and all of that. So definitely CNG buses will be cost efficient for the company entirely. Now, the company said it has put in over $280 million investment not only to solidify its leadership in the CNG sector, but also reflect its dedication to mitigating climate change and supporting the transition to a low carbon economy. So we know all of the importance of CNG. We are looking at climate change, and we are looking at low carbon economy, meaning the lower carbon emission out there, the better the environment for us. Not only when it comes to climate change, but also other adverse effects on health and all of that. And if we're unhealthy, I don't think our economy will thrive. Now, Tinubu has adopted gas as Nigeria's transition fuel, maintaining his administration drive to create a conducive environment for private sector investment and expanding Nigerian CNG infrastructure to enhance energy efficiency and drive economic growth. So for that reason, we are seeing that Dangote is keying in to the vision of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Now, as part of this initiative, he ordered the distribution of 1 million free CNG conversion kits for commercial vehicles involved in transporting people, food, and goods. So apart from the business side of this, we are also seeing a donation from Dangote giving over 1 million free CNG conversion kit, that is for the companies or for people that will want to do for commercial vehicles in transporting people and also food across the country. Now, we had a little back and forth last week and up to this week, and of course there's a need for clarification. Now, the Central Bank of Nigeria have come out to debunk the fact that the old notes will no longer be legal tender by December. Now, the rep member that made that statement have retracted and said, well, it was a mistake and he didn't mean to mislead Nigerians. Now, the central bank is saying not only is it legal to December, but indefinitely. So a date for it no longer coexisting with the new notes is not yet out. So as it stands now, Nigerians are going to enjoy both the old and new notes coexisting together. Thank you for staying with me to the end of Business and Finance. Till I come your way next week. Goodbye.